Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning. Nice to see you guys. Today we'll be doing something very exciting. I'll be answering questions that farmers have asked me in recent times, and maybe all the questions generally. And I'm doing this to appreciate everyone who has supported us and every farmer who is learning from us or learning from AgroCycle in one way or the other. This will last about 30 minutes. I hope you will learn something from what we're about to share. Okay, so let's get into it without wasting so much time. Our first question is, how much will it cost to start a snail farm? Now, I would come with deep insight so that you understand these things very well. How much would it cost for you to start a snail farm? Firstly, you have to understand that snail farms are affordable, yes, but it's quite expensive. Okay, so I've seen people start with tires. I don't advise that personally, and I've seen people even go the extra mile to start with refrigerators, sports refrigerators. Personally, I do not advise that, but I'm still open because I'm seeing, is it possible to get to a point where we're using plastics to farm snails? It's more affordable, cost effective, but at the moment we've not really explored those options. So what will be the realistic cost? Let's put it into perspective depending on how many snails you're getting. So let's do the minimum, which is 100 snails. Now, 100 snails in a space of 6 months can give you up to 600 babies or more. Yeah, so I'm just using, we have a farmer that has 2,000 babies from 100, and that's like, you know, the 2080 rules. Even in the 20, there's still a 2080. Okay, so there are people that would just do exceptionally well, and they will have exceptional results. So we can't use them as a yardstick. Now, what would we call a yardstick? We'll just stick to the average. Okay, the average is usually 600 within 6 months, with a hatch rate of about 60% or 70%, that range. If you fall below 60-70% in hatch rate, you might just be having a challenge. Okay, now that we have this out of the way, let's assume that you build your pen you need like 3 pens for a start, 3 pens. Okay, then those 3 pens will cost you, let's say you mold your blocks, or you bought blocks from the market. So we are putting into consideration cement. Cement sells for 10,000 naira. Then again, we are putting into consideration blocks. Let's say, okay, your cement and your block 5,000. Okay, let's say you pay the labor at 10,000 naira to mold you a bag of cement. A bag of cement, you're going to buy sand. Jesus, I didn't know all these things. You're going to buy sand, and then again, you would they will make, I think a bag of cement, you can get up to 60 blocks, yeah, from a bag of cement. But the blocks will even be super solid, okay? And what I'm talking about is whole blocks, okay? So not the 6 inches hollow ones. I'm talking about the ones that are not hollow. So we are looking at 40-ish block from each bag of cement. Wow. Anyway, I don't know. I'll allow you to do the math. I think blocks, the last time I heard, I think it sells for 600 naira for one. You need, if you're using if you're going to be leveraging your, what's the name? Sorry for the noise. If you're going to be leveraging your fence or something, you can use 30 blocks for 1 pen. So 600 times 30 is 18,000 naira. Yes, 600 times that is 18,000 naira. Then you pay for labor. Let's say labor costs 10,000 naira, and carpenter and labor with sticks cost you another 15,000 naira. So a pen is costing you roughly 40,000 naira, a wooden pen. But this is an estimate that I'm doing. Okay, so don't come for my head. That I said is so, but let's just work with it. Or let's stick to 40,000 naira. Now your 40,000 naira times 3 pen, that's 120,000 naira on ground. You're going to be spending that. So we have 120,000 naira put aside. What else are you going to be spending on? Now your pen is ready. You get your soil. Basically, if you have good soil, you can look around your farm. If you don't have good soil, it might cost you money. Okay. The next thing would be to get your snails. At the moment, snails cost about 600 naira per breeder. Then for 100 breeders, you have 60,000 naira. So we have 60,000 plus 120, bringing you to 180,000 naira. Then you have to buy your formulated feed. Your formulated feed costs about 18,000 naira, and your calcium supplement costs about 18,000 naira. Put together, you have 180 plus 36. That is 216,000 naira. Okay, so 216,000 naira plus your basket or maybe 1 or 2 logistics that you'll be handling. So let's put that at 10,000 naira, or at worst 15,000 naira, or 14,000 naira for easy maths. So 230,000 naira, that's what it will cost you to start the minimum standard farm. Yes. And like a lot of persons don't understand, the downsides of starting a farm intensive is the fact that you would have to spend so much. You spend little starting and spend so much on a later time. When your farm starts expanding rapidly, if you get it right, usually you will tell farmers in AgroCycle, your biggest challenge will be your biggest mistake will be understanding snail farming. Because once you understand how to farm snails, the breeders that you get from AgroCycle are super prolific. And your biggest challenge will be expansion, because you'll be getting babies back to back to back to back to back. Then you would, and the bad thing is, if you don't manage your breeders well, they'll start feeding on themselves and eventually die. So this is just question 1. Okay, so 240,000 naira is what it will cost you standard to start a farm. Does that scare you? I don't know. You really want to do snail farming, maybe you should give it a shot. Everything went to the construction now, so it's not like anything crazy. Most of the cost is just for the construction. Then I forgot to add, you have to go for training, and depending on the mentor that you choose, they might charge you. If you go for a free class, of course, why not give it a shot? But I would always advise you, look for someone who has results, someone you can see their students, go and leverage their training. Okay, now that's question 1. Please, I'd like to know more about slime production, marketing, species preference. Thanks. Voila. So which one do we? Let's talk about slime production. Okay, now slime is what the snails themselves use to move. Okay, so slime is what they leave behind. As they are moving, they will leave behind some trace. Okay, so what happens is that when you come to your farm and you have blue light, or a light that can reflect blue, and you put it in your pen, you notice that your pen can glitter. Yes, you will notice it. Or even your normal touch, you bend it to one side like that, you notice that your pen has the ability to glitter. Yeah, and that's the slime. Now it has been discovered that the slime has medicinal use, and all snails produce slime. Yeah, they can be used for pharmaceutical purposes, beauty, cream, your skin, all those women that do skincare. This is where we take money from you, okay? People who produce slime. But then when you talk about slime production, I think the person is talking about the extraction direct. When you talk about the extraction, okay, how do you make money extracting the slime? That's what I think the person is trying to say. I don't understand. I personally do not understand slime extraction. So I wouldn't claim to be a guru. I'm not one to do that. I'll talk about my area of expertise. I know someone, S&T Farms has something on slime extraction. So you can check him out. I think one of our farmers, one of the biggest farmers that we have, just a few, he's trying to do slime extraction, and he reached out to him. I think the production machine is about 8 million naira or something like that, and if you factor inflation, it should go to about 10 million naira now. So just put that in perspective and know that it's not cheap, and you need to have a lot of snails to be able to make sense of that amount of money. So you don't spend 10 million naira and you just have maybe 1,000 snails. No, it doesn't make sense. A lot of persons will ask me, what is the best snails for producing slime? I've learned that over time, it is the AF, the Achatina fulica breed. And currently, one of our farmers has about 5,000 of those snails, okay? Now, if you put this into perspective, he has not even started. He's still very far from the mark of making the venture very, very economically viable to cover the cost of the production machine, slime extraction machine, and all that. So for us, it's still a gray area, and we are at the forefront of snail farming. So when we say slime extraction is actually a gray area for AgroCycle, you know that it's almost the same for most farmers. Yes. And we'll put it out there. We are not ashamed to say, okay, this is where we are, this is what we are doing. We will grow. Yes. If a farmer eventually gets to a point where he has explored the machine and discovered that it gives real value and is extra slimes, we'll bring him on this page so that he can share it with everyone and you will learn from him. So be rest assured you are in safe hands when it comes to AgroCycle. You're safe. Okay? Now that is out of the way. What is the next one? It talks about marketing. Yes. Now a lot of persons will say, there is no market for snail farming. Like, when they say that, I'll be like, Jesus, how can you even say that there is no market? I don't understand. It's not even possible. Now, first of all, let's put this into perspective. You are telling me that you've gone to ShopRite and the whole shelf is filled up and that there is no longer market for it. Like, really? Is that what you're saying? No. Even for chicken, there's a market. It's even saturated. Broilers everywhere. And broilers still is going to sell in this Christmas for about 20,000 naira. Despite the amount of frozen chicken and other chicken addictive like burger, sausage rolls, all those things like supplements, there's still a lot of chicken. And you're saying snail farming. Snail farming, we've not even done anything. Like, it's just recently that people are cropping up from everywhere, trying to do snails, trying to give value to snails. I'm just trying to give as much as I can within a short period of time. If this thing to last don't worry, it will last over and over again. Anyways, let me not stress it too much. What we are doing here is to help farmers succeed. And one way we've seen to do it is by training farmers effectively. So if you're that kind of farmer who is looking for, oh, I've started before, I made some mistakes and I failed. Oh, I started all by myself. I didn't have good mentorship and I failed. Oh, I started before. My mentor wasn't helpful and he left me out and all that. And we couldn't do much. And we fell off the bandwagon. Please, I beg you, this training and this section is for you. Now, you can check the description section or around this video. You will find a link to where you can buy our program, the AgroCycle Farmers Fast Growth Blueprint course. It costs just about 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira. Yes. Okay. This is how it goes. It comes in two phases. You have the physical and you have the online training. The first one is the online training. So when you buy this course, okay, you start your online training, which holds usually on Wednesdays. Okay, so it will run for a period of 5 days from Wednesday to Sunday. And on Sunday, you do your induction into the community of practicing farmers. Now, when you join the community of practicing farmers, we are currently at 400 farmers with 60% of them practicing. So that's a lot of farmers practicing at the moment. Now, when you get to that community of practicing farmers, after you've done your training, you are attached to a particular farmer who is close to you. What are we saving you? We are saving you the cost of transportation to our farm in Owerri. So the money that you would have paid to come from Abuja to Owerri, we are saving it for you. The money, the risk that you have taken, the road is not safe. Boko Haram this, bandit that, we are cutting all those things out for you to make sure that you are safe. Okay? Yes. So we are putting that into perspective and making sure that you are safe. There is no challenge whatsoever. Yeah. So go ahead now, purchase the course. Then, like I said, the mentor that you'll be attached to, you're not going there to learn how do I farm snails, how do I do this. Yes, you go there and see the farm and take notes. We only attach it to farmers who are productive and are excelling in their field. And at the moment, you almost have a farm in every state. Okay? So don't worry yourself. Once you've been attached to this farmer, what is the next thing you should do? Come to them and ask them questions like, where do you buy your formulated, where do you buy the feed? Because we teach farmers how to formulate the feed in the course of the training. You ask them, how do you formulate your feed? Where do you buy the materials for formulating your feed? Who is the artisans that built your pen? Those are critical questions you should be asking. Okay, so it's not every other thing would have been answered in the training. And guess what? You have your members that you're learning with, your cohorts. You also have the farmer that you'll be attached to that is ahead of you, and you also have a dedicated consultant that will be there to attend to all your challenges. So maybe people are wondering, how do we get the videos that we get and we post every time? It is from our farmers, okay, and offering consistent consultation services to them. It's for a lifetime mentorship, so you don't have to pay again. Are we good? So let's get back to the questions that we're answering. Now, I said this thing to talk about marketing. Now, when you've gone through this process in the community, we've built a system that will help farmers market their snails, and it's called the every Saturday we have the AgroCycle marketplace where people come out and display their commodities. People buy from them. Some farmers are in the diaspora. They want to take it out, so they put it. You put your commodities there, and they take it from there. So that's generally how it works. Okay. Now, putting all these things into perspective, you have to be very deliberate about marketing. If you don't talk about what you're doing, people will not know. It's just it. If you don't talk about your area of expertise, people will not know. If you don't make noise, if you don't tell people, nobody will just, oh, there is a farmer called AgroCycle. How? It's not possible. So you have to be very deliberate. Carry it on your head. Invest your money. Run ads. Talk to people. Post it on your status. Be deliberate about making videos. Do you know that people still find it difficult? Like, we're asking them, okay, maybe one of the consultants is attached to a farmer, because consultants are attached in different categories. They ask the farmers, oh, please, post a video of your farm. You just started your farm. For 2 weeks, you're expected to be posting your videos consistently, at least once in or twice in a week. At least you should provide at least 4 videos in 2 weeks. Okay, where you're still in your incubation phase, where more like not necessarily incubation, because in AgroCycle we have a 2 weeks insurance clause that helps you secure your sales. At least for those 2 weeks, those videos, you can use them to start your marketing. Post on Facebook, post on WhatsApp, post on these places. That is how you do it. So there is no way you will tell me that out of all your friends, none of them like snails. Is a lie. Out of all the people in your church, none of them like snails. Is a lie. So it's not all the people, so marketing is not a problem. It's just that you've not been committed to it. Now the last question is species preference. For me personally, we do AMO breeders. We've seen people tell us AA. We tell you, please go and look for where you get AA. AgroCycle cannot be responsible for those losses, because we don't even understand how to deal with AA. The problem is too much. AA will tell you the weather is dry, or the weather is this one, this. The stress is too much. So if you can handle it, good. If you cannot handle it, fine. Another farmer will tell us AF. AF is a bit challenging, and they have difficulty surviving in an enclosed space, like a pen, entrenched system. Okay, that is what we've discovered over time. Managing farmers, they find it difficult to thrive. Yep, they find it very difficult to thrive. So if you want to do AF for the purpose of slime extraction, and they are literally the best for slime extraction, you would do it in the confines of a greenhouse enclosure. Yes, okay, where you've planted a lot of things. First of all, then you have allowed them to grow, and even in that setting, you will still be providing food at least once every other day. Once every other day means, like, if you give them food on Monday, Tuesday you can decide not to give, Wednesday you give them, Thursday you can decide not to give, Friday you give them. But don't go on a strike where you're not giving food at all because you think you've planted a lot of things and they'll eat from there. It doesn't work like that, please. Okay, now I think I've answered that. So my preferred snail breed is the AMO breeders. Yep, the AMO breeders. They grow fast, they don't lay a lot of eggs, but their babies grow very fast. They are the biggest, literally, and they are the most sold. So when you hear exploitation, this, people always want to export that one because it's bigger. You don't blame us. The value that we attach to snail is for consumption at the moment. Yes, we'll get to a point where we see other values in it, like we have in cattle now. The horns are being exported to China for comb making and all those things. We've not said that and shoes. Okay, so at the point, we'll get to a point where we have so much, we can add so much value across board. But for now, we are focusing on meat. So I would advise you, if not for anything, Focus on where the people are. Start making money from there. Then you can start directing people to where you want to go. I know slime extraction is rewarding financially, no doubt. But I beg you in the name of God, start with production for meat. Okay? Now let's take the next question. How are we earning money from farming snails? I think that I just mentioned this. How do you earn money? Okay. How do you earn money from farming snails? You don't earn money from farming snails. No. Okay? You don't earn money from. I get this a lot. Oh, you people are lying. You people just you set people up and help them set up their farm so that you can take money from them. Sorry, wait. Get it right. You don't make money from farming snails. No. You actually lose money from farming snails. You spending money. Yes. It's just like saying you're making money from farming birds. No. You make money from the poultry business, which includes farming birds, feeding them, and having a system to sell them in exchange for value. That is where you make money. And the difference between what you spent in growing them and what you sold them for is the money you are making. So I get the fact that people mix up the snail farming business and snail farming itself. So I'm just literally responding to the question. It says, how do we earn money farming snails? Okay, you don't earn money farming snails. No, it is the snail farming business cycle that makes you money. So how does it go? I'm trying to meet up the time. I don't want to. 15 more minutes and we'll be done. Okay, so how does it go? You buy your snails, you buy your breeders. Yes. Now between when you buy your breeders and when they will lay eggs and when their first babies will grow, and those first set of babies will start laying eggs, and when those second babies will grow, is a period of 2 years. Within this period of 2 years, you will be losing money. You will be losing money, yes, in that farm. Now, after you've gotten to this part, the first set of breeders you bought will be at jumbo size within a period of 2 years. The second set of babies, the first set of babies would have started laying eggs. So let's say in your first 1 year, you were able to get up to 600 or 1,000 babies. By the end of the second year, all 1,000 babies would have started laying eggs. So you have a consistent cycle of snails laying eggs for you. And that's the beauty of snail farming. Once you get it right, you are not buying over and over again like in poultry. No, it doesn't work like that. So once you buy the first breeders, you're done. Now, still on this, we've cleared the air that you don't make money in snail farming. That one is apart. It's the snail business, the entire cycle that makes you money. Yes, farming and selling, that's where you make the money from. Only farming will not make you money. Actually, to take money from you. Now, what can you do while you're losing those money in farming? Are there things that you can do to be making money on the side? Yes, there are things that you can do. Take, for example, okay, now I'm trying to read the next question to check if everything is intact. Now, what are the things that you can do? First of all, there's one thing that when I was starting out, the very first time that I ever started snail farming in scale. So I went to Swali Market. Swali Market is in Bayelsa. So it's more like there's a market that is close to a river, and people over the other side, they will use boats to cross and come and supply you with snails that they gathered from their bush. Okay. Now, what women did was they wake up by as early as 4, and they're heading to the farm. Now, when they get to the farm, maybe by 6 or so, farmers that picked from the bush come and deliver. They immediately buy from them. Let's say they buy at 60,000 naira. And they bring it out. Now, they stay in the market from that 6 to like 10. Within that period, they get a space. I think they pay 200 naira for a spot. Now, they pay the 200 naira and they stay on the floor and they sort this thing into different categories. You will see people from farm, from different higher minds, they will come to the market. They are looking for, small breeders. I want to buy this one. Not breeders anyways. Like, they are buying for consumption. They are buying to resell to maybe for hotels. You know, you get what I'm saying. Don't act like you don't understand what I'm saying. Anyways, if you're getting value, write something in the comment section. Let me know that you're understanding me. Okay, leave a comment, and remember, follow us. Don't be a watcher and not a follower. Try as much as you can to follow us, please, and go and click the link in the description section or somewhere around this video, so that I beg you, so that you will join this training. It's very, very, very intensive. And 60% of farmers who have gone through it have gotten results. 40% remaining are people that have not started at all. And it's out there. We've put it on our pages countless times. One of them is, so these people now, after sorting the snails into different sizes, they sell it off to people. And guess what? They can make up to 120,000 naira, 100% of what they bought for. And you are busy. I'm not saying you shouldn't do your corporate work. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a boss lady. I'm talking about someone that does not have hope, okay? That wants to transform their life with the snail business. You can be doing that. Yes, you can do that. And if you are able to do it consistently, you can build relationship with the farmer so that they give you a good number of snails. Then you sell them off and you give them money. You've not even added your own money to it. That's one. Secondly, if you live in a remote place, like I was talking to one of our farmers, he lives in Makurdi, one of the deep parts of Makurdi. It took us just 12 days to bring the formulated feed to them. That's the logistics team to get there to. That's between when he paid and when the snails got to him was about 12 days. Which vehicles will come, they will drop it. Vehicles will come, they will drop it. They will come, they will drop it. Issues. Then it was one final vehicle that decided, okay, let's take this thing. They took it from where we gave it to them to Makurdi, from Makurdi to this place. So, you know, all those issues. So after the conversation we had, we told him it is time for you to start formulating your feed. Because we discovered that we were getting orders also from Makurdi. It was very difficult. Now, that farmer, if he formulates his feed, he sells to us, we sell to them. Or we can link them up directly and he's doing good business. So feed formulation is another way of making money for yourself. What is the next way of making money? You can organize trainings. Please, I beg you, if you don't know what you're doing, don't train. Look for someone who knows what they are doing, who has a farm, a functional farm. Let them be your trainer and you be the facilitator. Don't go and tell people the wrong thing. Okay, but yes, it's an avenue for making money. What else can you do? You can be selling, you can sell breeder, you can get what's the name? These jumbo size snails, clean them up and market it. People will buy. People are willing to spend money. Don't be afraid. Okay, they would package it and send it outside the country. Okay, you can be shipping it out and you're making it. As a matter of fact, I saw one video of a woman. If you see the number of snails that she had gathered, everywhere was filled with snails. I was like, wow, this thing is really working, oh. Okay, but the downside is if 10 of her come up and only 2% of people who are farming snails are available, it's just a matter of time and all the snails in the bush would start dropping. Two factors are happening. Deforestation. People are going into the bush and they are cutting grasses. Okay? And the next big challenge is that a lot of people are taking snails out of the bush. So if more people are taking snails out of the bush and no longer producing from home, there becomes a deficit. What will happen? It gets to a point that when the snails that are available in the bush will diminish and there is too much people that are requesting for snails. The people who are farming snails is a lot of supply and demand now, no big deal. It will skyrocket. Okay, so I believe I've mentioned some of the things. I want to go in detail so that I can answer a lot of questions. I think I only answer 5, but let's get into it. Can limestone be used as a source of calcium for a farm? Yes, limestone can be used, but you have to get the right quantity. There's what we call calcification and absorbability. Some sources of calcium have low absorbability, while some have low absorbability and have calcification, while some have high calcification and low absorbability. Find a blend of both of them and it will work. So calcium supplements, limestone can be used. Yes, it can. The next question says, what's the financial implication of a startup? I think I've addressed that. That's just it asked in another way. My question is that 10,000 naira feed, can 10,000 naira feed serve the farmer for 1 year? Okay, with 50 breeders? No, it wouldn't work. A bag of feed, standard, even with the 1-to-1 feeding regimen, when you incorporate fruits and vegetables, will last you about 4 months. Okay, so for a period of 4 months, 1 bag of feed, alongside with your fruits and vegetables and following the 1-to-1 feeding regimen will last you a period of just 4 months. Yeah. Now the question says, the next question, like, what is the quantity of snails you need to get started? The minimum quantity is just 100. Now it depends on your management. The maximum a farmer that has a day job and wants to do snail farming can manage is just 500 snails. That's the maximum effectively. Now 2 people working together can manage 1,500. Yes, we've seen it work. I don't know. Bible says one will chase 10,000. One will chase 1,000 and 2 will chase 10,000. So I guess that's true. But that's just a reality. We've seen this thing. It's something that we've practiced over time. 3 farmers can take on 4,000 snails or 3,000 snails comfortably, and a fine blend. But just know that they would have to spend close to 3 to 4 hours in the farm trying to clean it up, working concurrently. Okay, so I believe that answers your question. So depending on how you want to scale, I'd always tell people, if you're looking to scale, don't only scale the size of your snail, scale your ability to manage. Okay, scale your ability to manage your farm, scale your ability to leverage the skill that people have. Okay, scale your ability to manage people. Very, very, very important. So don't only you're thinking, oh, I want to buy 10,000 snails. Have you talked about the cost of logistics? Sorry, the cost of management. That 10,000 snails, how long are the people going to manage them for you? Is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? It's or 2 years, oh my dear, 2 years. So within that 2 years, how much are you going to pay these people that will be managing your farm? Okay, you are paying them, let's say 50,000 naira per month. Okay, now 50,000 naira for 10,000 snails, you need about, give or take, 4 people to manage your farm comfortably. Yes. Okay, that's unless you're doing a free range setup, which can be dicey at times. But if you're doing intensive, you need at least 4 people to manage those farms. Now, with 10,000 snails, times 4 times 50 is 200, times 12. 200 times 12 is how many? 2 times 12 is 24. So 240,000 naira. Okay, times 2 million for 2 million 4 times this thing. 2 million 4 times 2 years. That's 4.8 million. Now, so you put this into perspective already. Just the management cost is outrageous. So you don't rush and what you're not ready for, you can't do it. You want to, please. That's why it's very, very important to join the AgroCycle community of practicing farmers. When you talk with consultants, you are able to discover, okay, this is a challenge that I'm having in this area. This is a challenge I'm having here. This is a big problem. This one is this one is this one is that. Okay, they'll pinpoint certain challenges that you will have that you yourself did not even think of. Anyways, that's it. Let's go to the next one. It says, what can one use to formulate your feed? Sorry, that's company material. I can't respond to that question. I'm sorry. I don't have the liberty to respond to it. There are only 2 things that we do not respond to questions. Literally, only 2 questions. Give us the feed formula. No, we don't give you that. It's not even possible. Depending on the consultant you meet, if you call our official line, you can reach out to during the day. You can get many consultants. People that target me is usually at night when I have to. They link up this into my personal line, so you can reach out to me. Okay, in the evening time, but it's quite stressful. How am I even telling you people safe? Anyways, we don't give that information out. Join the community of practicing farmers. It will be given to you. It's actually your right. Pay for it. You get it straight out. Okay, so please and we don't give the contacts of farmers to anybody. Put yourself in the farmer's shoe. If random people start calling you, how would you feel? It doesn't make sense. So we're very, very cautious about whose numbers we're giving out. Okay, thank you very much. Are there other ways to achieve creating shade because of mosquitoes? I think this would be our last question because it's already 9:59. Okay, so are there other ways? Just put mosquito nets now. Use iron gauze and put mosquito nets and you're fine. And I don't think mosquitoes actually attack the snails. Okay, I don't think they do. No, I don't think they do. So remember, go now, look at the description sections or the link above this training. Okay, and yeah, go ahead and start joining the class today. pay for the training. It costs just 30,000 naira. Pay for the training. This would run concurrently until we've answered all these questions, all of them. And as a matter of fact, I think we have 55 questions. How many have we been able to answer today? We answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 questions. So we would have about 5 of these classes, depending on the nature of the questions, or less. But we have to do this over and over and over again, consistently, till maybe tomorrow we'll come back, next tomorrow. So come back by this time, by 8:30, by 9:30, yes, 9:30-ish, or earlier than that. 9 o'clock, we should be able to start, and tomorrow I'll catch up with you, okay? What else? Okay, so I think the link is displayed somewhere now. So this is the link to the training. Go ahead and click. Okay, go ahead and click. If you can purchase the training, go ahead and purchase it. If you can be a part of it, go ahead and be a part of it, and you won't regret it. I can assure you that you won't regret it. Okay, you would never regret it. Yes, you cannot regret it. Okay, I think the link is on display now. Just check. Check, is it on display? I don't know. Wow, I'm getting a lot of calls. Now, somebody just sent this thing to me. Mr. Rex, good day. People are collecting number from the group and trying to hack people's WhatsApp, claiming that they have a Zoom meeting today with my name. I cannot change my name now. I cannot change my name from Mr. Rex. Literally, I can't do that. Okay? There's no way I can change my name. You have to be very cautious. Assume, first of all, after the free, I think these are people coming from the free classes, because we hold a crazy number of free classes. Because our goal is to make sure that the AgroCycle, the snail farming ecosystem is functional. We hold a crazy amount. On free trainings, we trained over 15,000 people. 15,000 people that have joined our group taking this training. 15,000. So it's a crazy number of people. Okay? How do you expect us to be able to monitor and watch everybody? It's just unreal. So please, I would advise you, do 2-factor setting. Please, it's called 2-factor settings. Do it and save yourself the stress. What else can you do? We don't if you didn't pay the 30,000 naira, we don't have a business with you again. Like, we've given you the free classes. You can watch over and over and over again. You can take the free courses, free trainings that we post out on YouTube. You can take the ones that we are putting out on this page, the farmers training us. So if you want to come and get the training for a lower amount, that is you wanting to take advantage of the system, and that's why you'll be taking advantage of. People who are usually scammed are people who are greedy, first of all, and they don't follow. They want to follow due process. So if you get scammed by this people, I'm sorry, but if you had just known better, you wouldn't even dare calling your contact. So please, then again, don't give out your personal information to people. Don't give out any free contacts to people. Somebody that you don't know is asking you for your code and you're giving the person. Like, if the person likes you very much, doesn't their brother have code? So let's see you guys some other time, okay? Bye.